Greetings, brothers and sisters. Hi, my name is Christina Krause, and I'm here with you live today on Facebook as we're continuing a series on raising funds for your children's ministry. So everyone could use some extra funds, whether that be for crayons, making photocopies of student sheets, activities, or decorations, or obviously also training for your teachers, different things you can do for your teachers or a gift for your teachers. So there's lots of ways that we need money to be able to have a good children's ministry. And most churches can't have a very budget to work with the children. And so things that you can do to raise money so that you can have a better children's ministry. So we're looking at every Tuesday and Thursday, different videos and different ideas of ways you can raise funds. So I just finished a Spanish broadcast with Veronica Tosh, and she has written this book. I have it here in English. So you can download this book, Raising Funds to Promote Your Ministry. And there's lots of ideas here. So we're looking at two ideas today that are just fabulous. So the easiest idea is collecting coins. So you can make like a piggy bank or some sort of bank where people can put coins in and have that at your church at the front, and then put a little poster in front or a little announcement saying this is for children's ministry. We want to make some photocopies for student pages, or we want to buy crayons. So letting them know what the purpose is, and then just collecting coins from people. So another idea Vero shared today was having different coins for different weeks. So like starting with a small coin denomination and then going up. So I live here in Mexico, and they have we have pesos for money. So you can start with 1 peso and then jump to 2 pesos the next week. So you just basically say, hey, everyone who has 2 peso coins, we're collecting 2 peso coins today. Can you bring them up? And so it makes it just a little bit more fun or different than just collecting any coins, but actually collecting, okay, now we're going to collect 5 peso coins, and next week we're going to do 10 peso coins. So whatever coins you have in your country, you can use this idea. It's a little bit different than just having a piggy bank where you're asking everyone to put their change in to help with children's ministry, but also collecting specific coins each week. So the next idea for today is an idea where you have the students or your teachers double money. So the idea is this, kind of like the parable of the talents, where you give a certain amount of money and you ask them to try to double it. So you actually have to hand them some money. So here in Mexico, the idea would be 100 pesos, which would maybe be about $5. So you just choose whichever amount you want to give. So you give each young person, so these could be teachers or they could be the adolescents in your children's ministry or in your youth ministry. So you're going to give them a certain amount of money, and then you give them 2 months to try to double the amount of money. Well, one of the easy activities they can do, for example, is to buy a large pizza and then have it available after church where they sell the slices of pizza. And so if you find a place that has a large pizza for an economic price, you can easily double your money by selling just 1 pizza. So the students are able to then double their money. So what they found in 2 months is you can even get up to 5 times the amount of money. So if you gave them $10, they come back with $50 at the end of 2 months to turn in, and that's a way to raise funds. So this is easier for you as a children's ministry leader, because this way you're not actually doing all the activities, they're doing the activities. So it's a lot less work for you. You just need to have that first money. So I asked Vera, where'd you get the first money to start with? She said she used her own personal money. But you can also go to any brothers or sisters in the church and say, could you donate seed money? We're going to give it out, and then you'll get your money back in 2 months. And then you give them their money back at the end of 2 months. And what the children raised is the money that's now for the ministry. So you're telling the students ahead of time that the original money gets given back, and then what's raised over the top is what goes towards the children's ministry. Okay, so here's another idea for this same activity where you give the students coupons, or some of the money that they raise goes towards their entrance to like a kids camp or an activity or a concert, some activity where the students have to pay to get in. So for example, if there's a camp coming up where each student has to pay a certain amount of money to get in, part of what they earn goes towards that. So then you give them like this coupon, you earn $10 towards your camp or something like this. So basically, Vero said she'll do something sometimes at 25% of what they earn or 50% of what they earn. So for example, if you gave $10 to a student, and then the original $10 is going to get turned back in, but whatever they earn above that, 50% of what they earn goes towards their camp. Now, this means, okay, so if they earn another $10, 5 of that goes towards their camp and 5 goes to the Children's Ministry General Fund. Well, it encourages them to work harder so they can earn their whole way to camp by earning. So if camp costs $100, they can earn $200, and then they've earned their whole way to camp. And Children's Ministry gets $100 into their general fund. So that was a big number. But regardless, there's different, when they earn a portion of what they're working towards, then they work harder. And another thing to mention also that would help them want to work really hard to earn lots of money is that they can also earn funds to be able to invite somebody to go to camp with them. So for example, instead of just earning their own way to camp, encouraging them to earn enough to invite a friend is also works very well, because everyone wants to bring a friend to camp or to a concert or whatever activity. Nobody wants to go alone. So to be able to invite somebody and that you're paying their way because of the projects you did for raising funds is a great idea to cause your adolescents or your youth to work really hard at raising funds. Okay, so that's the idea. You put seed money out and you give them 2 months to try to raise as much money. And I asked Beryl, okay, has this ever worked for you where they lost the money you gave them got lost? And she said no. She's never had anyone lose their money, but she is careful to only do it with people who are regular attendees or old enough to be able to participate. So if somebody comes to church maybe once every 2 months, you don't want to give them money because they're not going to be there long enough to be able to raise the money. So you want to be careful who you're giving it to, but as long as you're a little bit careful with who you give it to, she says she's never had any trouble where they lost the money. And at the smallest amount people had earned was double. She's never had anyone who wasn't able to double the amount of money. And the largest she had was 5 times the amount of money. So isn't that fabulous? And it's less work for you. Okay, so those are today's ideas. We'll give you the link so you can download this book. And also, don't forget, this whole month we're talking about different ideas to raise funds, and you are welcome to participate and receive your certificate. So we're gonna have our graduation the first week of October. I believe it's October 2nd. So if you so all of this next 5 weeks, do 2 activities and let us know what activities you did. Maybe share with us a photo, and you also can receive your certificate at the end that you work towards helping and improving your children's ministry by raising funds. And then what are you going to do, or what have you purchased with the funds you raised? Did you get new crayons? Did you make photocopies, decorations? What are you doing with the funds you raised? Okay, thank you for being with us today live on Facebook with Children Are Important. And we hope you can better your children's ministry with this series on raising funds for your children's ministry. All right, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.